Sanji is an emotional, empathetic person. He likes helping people even if they are strangers. But the annoying part of him is his simping behavior. And I'm sure most of you watching this video are wondering, why does he behave like that? I asked the same question and I think I have found the answer. But to understand where he's coming from, we have to look at his childhood, because it is the period when human beings start to build their character traits and personality. Leave in the comments, why do you think he's a simp? Please subscribe and activate the notification bell. Sanji was born in the North Blue into the S1mp family, the reigning royal family of the German kingdom, along with his 3 brothers on the same day, with Sanji being the 3rd son of the family, thereby making him the kingdom's 3rd prince. Sanji's father, S1mp Judge, planned to genetically enhance all of them before birth to make them have superhuman abilities and no emotions, and thus turn them into perfect soldiers in the future. His mother, S1mp Sora, was against this practice, and while being still pregnant, she took a drug that would ensure they would grow as normal humans with emotions. This intent resulted successful only on Sanji. Eventually, Judge became convinced that Sanji would never develop superhuman abilities and decided to erase his son's existence from his future plans by putting an iron mask on him and locking him in a S1mp castle dungeon. At the same time, he staged a state funeral for his son, informing the onlooking German 66 soldiers that Sanji had died in a tragic accident. During the next 6 months of Sanji's imprisonment, his mask was only removed when receiving meals from the guards. At some point, he read about the Old Blue from a cookbook he received. His brothers eventually discovered he was still alive and occasionally visited the dungeon just to continue bullying him. Reiju came to the dungeon to treat her brother's wounds, but told him that she was not on his side. After the German kingdom crossed the red line into the East Blue, Sanji declared to Reiju that he wanted to run away and become a chef. Reiju broke open Sanji's cell, allowing him to escape. As Sanji was fleeing, he ran into his father, Judge, and his father decided to allow Sanji to go on the condition that he never tell anyone about the relationship. While German 66 was attacking the island of Kozia in the East Blue, Reiju directed him to a cruise ship called the Orbit and told him to never come back to the German kingdom. Having escaped the kingdom, Sanji cut all ties with his family and re-announced his title as a prince. 2 years after he left the S1mp family, a 10-year-old Sanji was working as a ship's cook on the Orbit. One day, Red Leg, Zeph, a pirate, and his crew attacked the ship. However, both ships were caught in a sudden storm and sank. Zeph managed to save the young Sanji from drowning before the storm tore the boats apart. Sanji had cried out his dream to find the Old Blue, which was why he was saved by Zeph afterwards. After the storm, the two were washed, outcropping, high above the sea. Despite their good fortune, there was little food for them. A few rations had washed onto the rock with them, but there was no vegetation, no animals, and no way to reach the water to fish. Splitting up what little rations remained, Zeph ordered Sanji to sit at the other end of the island to look for a ship. Sanji protested that Zeph was keeping a large sack for himself, but Zeph brushed him off, saying as an adult, his stomach was bigger. Days passed and Sanji had no more food, but there was still no sign of a ship. Many weeks afterward, an emaciated Sanji decided to take a chance to kill Zeph for his food. He did not kill the old man, but when he slashed open the old man's sack, in a fit of rage. He discovered that there was no food inside, only treasure. To his horror, he realized that Zeph had given him all the rations and had eaten his own leg to survive. Zeph confessed that he often lacked food on the high seas and planned on opening a restaurant on the seas. Sanji, guilty over plotting to kill Zeph, agreed to help, but Zeph remarked that he was too weak. Soon after, a ship appeared and they were spared from death. Because of this ordeal, Sanji pledged to never refuse food to a starving individual, no matter how evil or poor they may be. In the manga, Sanji began smoking shortly after starting to work at the party in order to impress Zeph, despite Zeph's warnings that it would destroy his taste buds, only for Sanji to reply, "Now I'm a man." Sanji subsequently spent the next 9 years working aboard the party as its sous chef, during which time he vastly improved his cooking under Zeph's tutelage, while also developing tremendous physical abilities and his signature kick-based martial arts style under the latter's guidance. Sanji had a very traumatic and tough childhood. His own family oppressed him and treated him unfairly. They haven't shown him any respect or empathy towards him. The only people who have shown him support and empathy towards him are his mother and sister, who are both females. They have shown him a light in the end of the tunnel. They were the first people to make him feel worthy, which made him have this deep appreciation for females. And when he was working with Zeph, he had a lot of admiration and respect for him, since he sacrificed his leg and potentially his life to save him. When the crew members of Zeph tried to pressure him into hiring a female cook, he said that he won't, because he likes teaching through kicking. If he hired a woman, he can't kick her. When Zeph taught him to not hit women, he subconsciously approved that feeling of appreciation for women inside of Sanji. Sanji prefers dying over not taking the advice of Zeph. By preferring death over hitting a woman, he shows his loyalty towards his savior. What made Sanji more of a simp is Momoiro Island, where he was surrounded with homosexuals who chased him and tried forcing him to become one of them. He later coped with them for a period of time, but came back to his sanity later and hated them again. He suffered from disgust for over 2 years, and as a result of that suffering and not seeing women for 2 years, it made him more needy and attracted to women. Subsequently, after the 2 years, he had major health crises as a consequence of seeing females again.